Love, as I said, love is brilliant, incredibly powerful, can change everything, but it's not always constant and consistent simultaneously. You need them. You need all three to have a really healthy relationship.
And as I say every time I marry a couple as an officiant, never go to bed angry.
Right. Finish it, put it on the table. If you need time out, great, ask for your time out, and then you be the one to initiate the conversation again.
Absolutely.
You'll be the one that's responsible.
You know, my last relationship, Victor, now you know what I was dating, and I say what, not who. If we ever got into an argument, I'd be scared to go to sleep because I had no idea if I'd wake up with a gabusa in the morning or not. I mean, she literally, I was afraid she was going to bob at me every time we got into an argument. I used to go sleep on the couch. That's the true story.
I believe that's a true story, and I'm sorry you hurt yourself that way because you're too powerful for that, and your love is too precious for that. Don't do that.
I agree with you. It took me 3 friggin' years, but you know what? Let me tell you what happened. You want to know what made me realize that I deserve better? And I hate that it took this to do it. The horrible things that was said about my family, and not even the fact that she tried to destroy me publicly, but the horrible things that she said to my family. I said to myself, how can anybody love somebody who would be so disrespectful to the people you love most? And that's when I said, I'm out of here. And that was a great choice for me. And I've been on an upward swing ever since. So,
if there's anybody out there that goes to bed in fear of their life, please, please, please get out of that relationship now. Don't hang out. Don't wait.
That's right.
That's exactly correct. Love is never supposed to hurt. And if it does, then you really need to rethink your choices. And there's help. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to feel abandoned. Get help.
Absolutely.
I agree. Vic,
right. Follow it.
You want to take the next question, Vic?
Certainly. Does the message of personal change and get love extend to other areas of one's life, or is it just about romantic relationships?
You know, your subconscious mind rules your beliefs in all areas. In fact, here's a fun thing to do. The best movie I've ever seen on how beliefs are laid down, and the movie actually has your future self, your present self, and your past self in it, is a Bruce Willis movie that Disney made called The Kid. And watch how your beliefs get laid down, and so that you can choose to change them, and the power is yours. What happens so much in relationships is that we pretend that we're not the ones that have all the power. We are, and our love changes them and changes you. And now, Victor, I got so busy saying that I forgot your question. Ask me again.
Does the message of personal change and get love extend to other areas of one's life, or just the romance?
Nope. Your beliefs are everywhere, and to give you an example, I've spent the last 7 years talking to CEOs about how to change their beliefs around success and business. Your subconscious mind is a very wonderful, powerful tool, and when CEOs of major companies are willing to play that game, then you know it's real.
Absolutely.
I like that. I like that. Go ahead, River.
What is the hardest part of affecting permanent change in one's love life?
Being willing. Change scares us. What if you wake up the next day and you don't like that person and you want to end the relationship, and you talk about it and you work at it and you decide the relationship is over? It's the risk that everyone has when they go into couples relationships. Any therapist worth their salt starts the first session by saying there's no guarantee you guys will end together. It is important that understanding love means that you know that there's always that risk. It is the one fear that increases in a healthy love life, the fear that you're going to lose that person. That's the only fear when you truly love each other that increases. And if you talk about it, then that's diminished as well. Love is not supposed to hurt. Fear is simply a guideline to keep you from getting too close to the edge. Love is supposed to be what moves you through your life, and that's not rhetoric or patty cake. It literally is how it was always meant to be. Life was never meant to be as painful as it is for people.
Kimberly, and I love that answer, but I'd like to know if, what is the most important thing in a relationship? Is it respect? Is it the fact that you can make each other laugh? You can have a good time with each other. You have a great sex life. What is it that makes a good relationship? Because I got to tell you, I think it's different for different people.
Yeah, I'm on the same page you do. Some people never have sex, and they have what they consider to be a wonderful love life. They just don't have a sex drive. There are some people that don't have any interests that are similar. Here's the deal. We talked about Einstein a little earlier. The law of physics is this: when two vibrating forces come together, given enough time, they will vibrate in the same level. So for your 3-year relationship, the reason why you lost energy, you lost yourself, is you let that psychic vampire suck you dry. And now that you're separated from that energy, that law of physics, you can now rebuild yourself, and we've all done that. For me, being a helper, I have picked fixer-uppers. Oh, that's a losing proposition too.
Right.
So we all have to decide what means love to us. But here's a secret: form follows function. What that means is stop programming for a sexy woman, a man with a lot of money, or learning how to package yourself so that you're acceptable. Instead, write down the 7 feelings you want to feel when you're with that person. Do you want to feel cherished and loved and known? Do you want to have fun and adventure? What are the 7 words that you want to feel, and you go after the person that makes you feel that?
That's a great exercise. Just a quick share. I have a friend, a business associate, whose parents were married for 70 years. They were both in a nursing home together. His mother, who was 93, passed away, and within 24 hours, his 94-year-old father passed away. That was a love story.
Absolutely. They did not want to be here without each other.
Absolutely.
That same thing happened with my grandparents. My grandfather was an awesome guy, but he wasn't very nice to my grandmother. The old Italians, a lot of times they had those, the old Italian men have that feeling of dominance and whatever, and he wasn't really nice to my grandmother, but he loved her. And she passed away, and a month later, I remember after she passed, and my grandfather was strong like a bull. He had a muscle. He had muscles at 90. I mean, he was an amazing physical specimen. After my grandmother died, I remember him telling me, he says, "I'm going very soon." I said, "Grandpa, you're in great health. There's nothing wrong with you." He said, "I lost the love of my life." A month later, he passed away in his sleep.
Yes.
So, same thing.
Absolutely. Same thing. Absolutely. We are not our bodies, and you probably know that, the 3 of you, better than most. And love is this real essence that isn't just inside of us. It comes towards us. It's this an infinity sign that lays on the side. We give it, we receive it, and when that receiving is missing, when that place to give it is missing, life doesn't become worth living for many people.
Right.
Absolutely.
So who do you think would benefit from this book most?
Anyone who wants love, and anyone who doesn't, that's okay. There are other books for you. Kimberly,
I do readings every day, basically, or just about every day, sometimes quite a few a day. And the biggest topic that I have to talk about is love. Everyone wants to know about love. When am I going to find my soulmate? When am I going to find the person, that's going to love me like I deserve to be loved? And, I just find that everybody is searching for it, even people that have it. And that's the thing that surprises me most when I give a reading. I'll look at a picture. A woman will show me a picture of her husband. I'll say, I get that he's a great guy and that he really loves you. He's very grounded. He's a good provider. He loves you. He adores you. Yes, but I'm not happy. Well, then what are you looking for? You just told me you love the guy, but you're not happy. That doesn't make sense. How does that work?
It works because they have a belief inside that they're not lovable. And so no matter how much love people feed them, there's a hole in the bucket. And can you imagine how painful it is to love someone and love someone and love someone and they never really get it? If you have a hole in your bucket, if you're Swiss cheese and you lack, that's why it's so important. Victor said it in the beginning. You must love yourself first. It's not this arbitrary kind of maybe rule. If you want a healthy relationship, do the work it takes to love yourself. And people really need to get off the self-pity kick. You have the power. It's like ruby red slippers. I just wrote an article for a magazine about ruby red slippers. Dorothy could always have gotten her butt home. Just click those ruby red slippers 3 times. We are that powerful. We are not victims. And now that we know how to manage our subconscious mind, it's not something I'm just throwing out there. We can literally handcraft our lives. It's in the book. And open the book. Read it. It's my gift to the world. I really, really, my heart's desire, and you have my permission to read me, my heart's desire is that people stop being so filled with pain. This is one of 3. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about intimacy. And we're going to talk about lovemaking, which is different than sex. We're going to talk about those things because my gift to the world is that you have what you've been searching for so long, and that it's loving yourself so you can let someone else love you.
There you go, Kimberly. And that was a good statement. We're about 4 minutes away from the hour, so we've got that right now. Love and happiness, 2 different things, right, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Love and happiness, 2 different things. And a wise man told me once, and I will never forget, he said, don't forget, River, you make your own happiness. And he was right. You know, you can wait forever for someone else to make you happy, or you can kind of make yourself. And I think that's kind of what we're talking about tonight. Kimberly, does the transformation model in Get Love work outside of just finding a relationship, but also in business and social situations?
The book could have just easily been called How to Transform Your Life. Absolutely. It works anywhere. So sit down with your best friend, do the book, have a book club, get together, read the love letters, get all excited. They're real love letters, and then learn to change. It's in your hands. It's yours. You have the power.
Absolutely.
I have to say, and I wrote it in our personal chat room and in the show chat room. You're very passionate, and it comes off in the way you answer your questions, how passionate you are about this subject, and we thank you for that. We definitely thank you for that.
Thank you. It's my journey. It's why I came.
Passion like that comes from experience and wanting to hear that and wanting to spare others the pain of going through that process.
Well said.
That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well said. All right, River, why don't you take the next one?
We got 3 minutes, guys. Just let us know.
3 minutes?
Yep.
Okay.
Can we do it?
We'll be back.
In part 2, you talk about home growth. What do you mean by this, and why is it so important to you?
It's a metaphor. It's the growth you do at home. It's the growth you do so you can become home to yourself. And it's the growth you do to go home to God.
Nice. All right. Well, guys, what do you think about this show? I know it's a little bit different than what we normally do, but are you happy I do the change up today?
Absolutely. It's all about energy, Chris. Our shows are always about energy. And love is a manifestation of energy.
I know. And the reason why I did this, Victor, if you think about it, a lot of times, and River, we've only been working for, 6 or 7 months together, but a lot of our shows, we talk about love. It pops up in so many different shows and in so many different situations. I figured, you know what? If we could talk about love in paranormal stuff and metaphysical stuff and psychic stuff, why can't we just talk about love in general? And it's something that everyone's looking for. Everyone wants love in their life, and I just thought it was important for this.
And in all honesty, a lot of people can benefit from Relationships 101. A lot of people can benefit from it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Who wants to take us out of the first hour?
River, please.
I would love to. You've been listening to the Paranormal Lounge on D.T.M. Wicked Radio, and we'll be back in just a minute. Hello. You guys never say anything, is it?
No, because we wait for the network to clear so that we don't have everybody hearing all the little things that we're talking about right now.
I never know what to say when I take us out of the hour. That was never put in my contract.
I'm going to tell you a story, River. When I first started doing radio, okay, I had my old co-host, and I was doing Second Sight, and
Rolling Hills Asylum. Located in East Bethany, New York, just minutes between two major airports, Rolling Hills Asylum is a hotbed of paranormal activity.